My name is Mark Kay. I live in West Bloomfield, and I am a public school principal.
My name is Ohel Spalter. I'm from Western Florida. I'm ending my second year in the Torah Yeshiva right now, and I go on Mifsayim on Fridays to Royal Oak with my partner Levi Goldberg. Last year my partner was Levi Kaplan.
It was 2021, I think, and I was working at the time in Royal Oak as the vice president of official driving school. And one day, two young men walked in looking for Jews, and I have known very much about the Friday Boys from friends of mine who used to own a store in Farmington Hills and had them visit every Friday at their store. And so Label and Levy came in, and that was the beginning of something I didn't expect to happen. And not only did they come every week, but on weeks, if I told them I wasn't going to be there, they called me on the phone so we could still have our conversations, which actually runs through to today. As the boys were coming to me every Friday, it seemed that every time I turned around, they were going to the Ohel.
I personally visit Ohel around like 7-8 times a year. You know, I go for the Rebbe's birthday, the day of the Rebbe's passing, the day that the Rebbe became Rebbe. I go on Rosh Hashanah.
Over time, we started having conversations, and I said, oh, when are we going to go to the Ohel?
After the Rebbe's passing, the Ohel became one of the most holiest places in the world these days. That every year, hundreds of thousands of people visit. People come to pour out their souls. People come to ask blessings.
And they said, especially Levy said, well, I would, if you're willing to go, I would go. And it took a long time. We probably talked about this for at least 9 months before we finally found the opportunity that I was gonna be in New York anyways.
A few months later, they made a date and they ended up coming to the Ohel.
I met Levi at the airport, and we headed our Uberly way to the Ohel. And Label, who at that point was in Baltimore, decided that he was going to meet us as well. Levi and I got there, and he kind of gave me the guided tour of the tent, offered me the cookies, and we did a little studying. We went to the Rebbe's grave. I wrote out my letter, which also fascinated me because it really made me think and contemplate about what I wanted to say and put in there. We recited some psalms. As I said, people write letters and then kind of put the letter in and hope that your prayers are answered. To me, it was watching the people there, the men, the women on the sides, and seeing the Rebbe's grave and the Rebbitzins, and it's inspiring for somebody who, I have what I consider a culturally stronger Jewish background, but to be there and watch the number of people and to watch how seriously it is taken and revered, it would be impossible for it not to be inspiring.
Every single week, Levi always told me, like, Mark's a wonderful guy, great guy, but, he doesn't put on tefillin. That's one of the main stuff we do, put on tefillin.
A couple people here know me well enough to know I'm not a tefillin person, and the boys it was not possible for them to get me to put on tefillin on Fridays, but after we visited the grave, I did acquiesce for Levi and actually wrap tefillin.
Mark became so inspired, He couldn't not put on tefillin, so he ended up putting on tefillin. And now he has a rule, if he ever comes to Ohel, he puts on tefillin.
To have an idea of not just what their life is like here in Michigan at the yeshiva, but to see the importance of their everyday essence of what they're doing, the studying and Torah study, and the importance of the Rebbe in their cultural and spiritual existence. I would say the best way to do it is to go and have them walk you around and see life through their eyes. It was incredible. I can't, I mean, I would do it again in a heartbeat.